You doing, man?
How you
You
doing?
doing, man? You doing?
Man, great for you to be here, man. It's definitely been a long time coming, man. We been working on some things, but time to present you to the world, man. The best kept secret. We gotta not let it be a secret anymore, y'all.
That's true, man. That's true.
Welcome back, everybody. This is gonna be another exciting episode. We decided to shake a few things up with the name. We're calling it Young Entrepreneurs Unleashed. So we got some young entrepreneurs coming through. They're gonna be giving their side of the story. They're gonna be giving you guys tips and everything, how to get into the industries that they're already in. So it's not gonna be focused on one specific industry. It's gonna be multiple cats, multiple different strengths and skills that's going to be coming, sitting down with your boy. So
That's right.
It's your host with the most. This is LaQuint Johnson Sr., Mr. P.H.D. and me himself. Today we got an incredible guest, man. He's just awesome, super accomplished entrepreneur, young, getting it. And so get your popcorn ready. This boy got some stuff for y'all, man. So we're gonna start off by letting you introduce yourself, let them know your name, where you from, and what it is that your industry is that you do.
My name is Kurth Collins. I'm actually from Kingston, Jamaica. Moved to the state in 2015 in a track and field scholarship.
Where you went to school when you?
First I went to Western Texas, and I went to Florida State University. And
Nice.
after that, got married. I decided, hey, I wanted to join the military, and that's how I met a boy right here, Son Johnson.
Yes,
To be honest, my company I just recently started, Collins Building and Refurnishing. Basically what we do is actually everything that's do with the house, like house renovation, home renovation. Like home improvement, like kitchen renovation, bathroom renovation, putting up privacy fence. The only thing I don't do is electrical work, and it's because I'm waiting to get certified.
Certified in it?
Yes, sir.
So what's one of your favorite parts of the house to refurnish?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Straight to it.
To be honest, man, I'll say this, man. I'm really an outside person, so I definitely say the privacy fence, man. I love putting up fence. I don't know, man. I love putting up fence. Because to be honest, I like to sweat, because I'm from the island,
Right.
Like, I like to sweat when I work. Because to be honest, that feel like hard work to me.
Like you actually doing some work.
Exactly. Exactly. Man. So the privacy fence is the best part,
Man, so just tell the people just how Collins refurnishing came to be. Like what made it come to life?
To be honest, I was always an handy person. I just recently bought a house 8 months ago, and it needed to get some fix. So I actually invested some time in it, and I realized that my neighbors, they was like, whoa. Like I turned a carport into a garage. I renovated the whole kitchen. I put up privacy fence, and everybody was like, "You got skills. You need to take it out there. People need to see you."
I was one of them people.
Yeah, people need to see you. So so that's how I actually go about. Like, you know what? Everybody else think, because sometimes you have think there's something about yourself that you don't see. Somebody else see the potential in you, and that's what happened. Somebody saw that, hey, I was capable of doing greatness in this. And that's the reason why. You know what? Let me just go ahead and just push forward with it.
So wise man once said, God hid your gifts in the last place you'll ever think to look.
That's true.
Inside.
That's true. Yep.
Inside you.
Yes, sir.
Because we kind of trained as a society to look outside of ourselves to see what somebody else is doing, how they got popular, how they got rich, how they got famous, or whatever have be. But the gift that he gave you is in here. And it's
right.
the last place we look.
That's right.
we
That's
look
so true, man.
everywhere else.
That's so true.
It was one of those things where when I met him and I saw him work with his hands, I'm like, bro, you have a multi-million-dollar business inside you. Like, they can't deny you. If you start this thing today, the magnitude of how much you can get done with your business is going to be unlimited.
That's true, man. Because the funny thing too, I never go to school for none of this. You know what I mean?
No.
I never go to school for none of this. Like, to be honest, as
School
you
can't
said,
teach
it's
you
just,
your gift.
you know what I mean? Like, if it's a gift, like, you know what I mean? Like, you only can add to it.
You don't
know
go
what I mean?
get a
Yes,
gift.
exactly.
A
You
gift
don't go
is
get a
given.
gift. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I never go to school for none of this. You know what I mean? I was just always talented with my hands. You know what I mean? And that's why I make sure I put it to best use. You know what I mean?
And that's why you on the show, man, because you operating in your gift now. And you can do so many things, bro. It's so much stuff that you do great. It's not even fair.
That's so
But
true.
this is just one of those things, man, that you don't even have to try, but it's always amazing. Everything you put your hands on, man, I'm like,
Speaking about gift, man, the funny thing, man, that, I wanted to become a professional track athlete. That's the business, that's the reason why I came here, you know what I mean? I came here on a scholarship to run, you know what I mean? But I realized how unfair the sports was, you know what I mean? You can train all season, and then when it's a time for you to go and compete, you get hurt, you know what I mean? So that's the reason why, man. To be honest, I feel like I got a lot of talent, yo. You know what I mean? That still I don't see myself. Well, I don't pick up yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like good people like you. You know what I mean? See me as a youngster. You know what I mean? See them and find them out and be like, yo, hey, Collins, I think you're good at this. I think you're good at that. You know what I mean? To be honest, that's what I'm saying. Like people like you too, man. Like I definitely want to applaud you for everything that you know what I mean. I've known you for almost 2 years now, and I can definitely say, man, with all the wisdom and the knowledge that I've gained from you over the past 2 years, I definitely say a lot, man, because you taught me a lot. Because you always said, man, you see yourself in me.
myself.
You know what I mean? So, to be honest, man, that means a lot, though, man, to see that, yo, somebody that I look up to as a role model that I respect, you know what I mean? As a bigger brother, you know what I mean? That I can actually go to when I'm seeking, like, you know what I mean? Help or advice from someone, man. You know what I mean? So I definitely say that as well, man.
It's ironic that I'm in that position now because when I was growing up, we just didn't really have that type of individual. Like if you trusted them enough to tell them what was going on with you, 9 times out of 10 they probably didn't have a legit answer for you.
That's right.
It was probably gonna be some bull crap like,
that's right.
Oh, young blood, you need to do this and you need to do that, and it'll be like, that wasn't what I was looking for. But I just pride myself on being what it is that I felt like I needed.
That's right.
Anything you need, if I've gone through it, I'm gonna give you the answer. I'm gonna give you the wisest. And you already know I don't spare your feelings. I don't spare any. I don't really care about feelings when it comes down to helping one of y'all, man. It's like I gotta make sure you understand why I'm saying this, why we're gonna do it like this, And most times with y'all, I tell y'all, I'm not telling you what to do, but this how I would do it. And it just comes out better that way. Like when somebody telling you what to do, it's almost natural to just rebel.
Exactly. Yeah, for real. But sometimes it's always good to listen though, man. You know what I mean? Because sometimes as youngsters we tend not to. You know what I mean? And then when we feel it's already too late.
It's too late.
You know what I mean? And to be honest, man, I've made a couple mistakes in my life. You know what I mean? But also I've learned a lot from you. So I actually capitalize on all those errors that I've made and move on. It was like, hey, Mr. Johnson tell me that, hey, I'm not supposed to do this. I mean, it's a reason why he told me. Maybe he made that step before and it wasn't the best. So you're telling me, hey, it's not going to be here. You know what I mean? So you need to take the next road. You know what I mean?
It's just beautiful to see it all come full circle. So,
yeah, man, for real.
Man, I just appreciate you and people like you for listening. When I give advice, man, the worst part is seeing somebody just blatantly just not listen.
Yeah.
And then come back like with those words. I hate those words. You were right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or if I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hate hearing that, man. So to dive into the next question, man, like, so what are some challenges you faced when you first dove into the business? What's some of the things that
I would say some of the challenges I faced, like like any normal business owner, like who's just starting out, like I'll say like establishing yourself, you know what I mean? Like getting the clientele that you need. I'll say definitely that's some of the biggest challenges I face. But also getting the exposure is how fast, how effective you work, how fast you work, you know what I mean, how good your job look. But I'll definitely say one of my biggest challenges I face since I started Collins Building and Refurnishing is basically giving myself the exposure, like people knowing about me. You know what I mean? People knowing about me. Yeah. So I say that's one of the biggest. But I mean, I'm actually overcoming it right now because my name is actually getting out there. You know what I mean? I'm like the city boy right now in Fayetteville. You know what I mean? Everybody knows about Collins Building and Refurnishing, man. You know what I mean? Everybody.
That's the
goal,
know what I mean?
Man. Everybody.
And that's the goal of this platform, to even further expose, not only showing people what it is you do, but letting them see who you are.
That's right.
Who you are internally, And I had a friend tell me earlier this week, it was kind of like, well, he was kind of saying like, business is business. And I was like, nah, business is a reflection of your personality and how you are as a person as well. If you just say business is business, that's just you're out to do me dirty or do me wrong. You know, because
Yeah.
you was gonna do it anyway if it was
Right.
a personal matter.
Right.
But when the way you handle business, like I had this man put up TVs for me, man, beyond, you went above, beyond everything besides putting up the TV. That doesn't tell me anything about how you put up TVs. That tells me everything about the type of person that I'm paying to come in my home and take care. Like, you took care of other things in the house aside from putting up the TVs.
That's right. To be honest, man, as a business owner, you know what I mean, you always want to look out for customers too. You know what I mean? It's not all about yourself. Like, I mean, I'm trying to build, you know what I mean? So of course you can't just think about yourself. If you think about yourself, that's when you're gonna hit rock bottom. You know what I mean? And I don't want that to happen to me. So of course I'm gonna stretch my hands and help a brother. You know what I mean? Or anybody that really needs it. You know what I mean?
That's so well said. You don't even understand, man. When the cause is bigger than the monetary gain, you always gonna out earn everybody.
Exactly.
If more people call you and utilize your services, you're gonna outgain these people that are overcharging and underserving.
And you know, speaking about that, you know what, I was thinking about it the other day, man. Like, in my community that I live, I mean, I've seen a lot of homes that they need touch. You know what I mean? What I want to do is I want to actually start like a little charity thing. You know what I mean? Where I just go around like the elderly people in the community and act, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what I mean? I can actually do a fundraising.
I'll put up your mailbox.
I'll put up your mailbox. I'll do this. You know what I mean? Just to like, because to be honest, though, it's not all about the money. You know what I mean? The money will come.
It will come.
It will come. You know what I mean? It's all about your, like, as you said, you as a person. You know what I mean? Like, if Tom know that I'm a good person, he's gonna refer me to John.
Yeah.
He'll be like, yo, this guy's a good person, and then, you know what I mean? And that's how we're gonna grow. You know what I mean?
And
so
what
like you said,
when you're dealing with homes, there's always going to be something that's going to need improvement.
Exactly.
So you're not going to ever come back and do the same job over and over. It's like, if my sink go out today and my toilet go out tomorrow, I'm calling that same dude that does it all.
Yeah.
I don't have to call 50 other companies. I can call one person and he's going to come get me right. I already know he's going to come get me right. So with our fan base and the target audience, we talk to a lot of guys, obviously, and we just, man, there's some things about business that it does kind of trickle into the personal side. So how do you handle that personal work relationship when it comes to like time, when it comes to
time management?
How do you handle that?
To be honest, I think, all right, let me say this, man. Like Steve Harvey said, like, rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's so true, man.
Why is that?
Because the thing is, yo, it's only 24 hours. It's only 24 hours. So you sleep 8. If you sleep 8, you give the family 8. You work 8. Like, to be honest, yo, I think you really have to
Take your time.
Take your time. Yeah, as I said, man, rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day, man. Like, to be honest, I manage it. To be honest, I never find excuses. You know what I mean? I don't find excuses. I just always, to be honest, people make time for the things that they want to do. You know what I mean? People make times for the things. People make time for the. Yeah, we make time for the things we want to do. So my personal life, I don't interfere with my work life. You know what I mean? I separate everything. You know what I mean? I always make time for it. Like, I just know, I think time management, I'll definitely say I'm very good at time management. You know what I mean?
You have to be. We soldiers.
Yeah.
We soldiers first, so we.
Yeah, I definitely say I'm very good at time management. You know what I mean?
And I always say, man, when you structure your life, like, there is no like shortage of time. If you understand, you coming into it, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and I'm gonna work out from 5 to 6. I'm going to from 5 to 6. I'm gonna work out, and I understand I got to shower, this and this. I want to do all of that before the 7 o'clock time frame. Yeah. If you structure your life like that, man, like, you get so much more.
And that's what I do. You know what I mean? That's what I do, yo. Like, I mean, I already planned it out the day before. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, in the morning I get up, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna work out for an hour. Once I finish working out for an hour, I'm gonna go to work for the next 8 hours. Once I go to work for the next 8 hours, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna make sure I give the family this hour. So there is specific time in my day that, you know what I mean, it's forced, like specific, like that, specific things. You know what I mean?
So that's a little nugget for any of the younger listeners. If you don't structure your life, when life starts to happen, you will start putting things in front of the most important thing.
Yes.
So if you get a phone call for some buddies that want to go drink, they want to go party, if you don't have anything already scheduled, you're gonna give them that time.
Yeah. To be honest, I think in my age, like me as a young man growing up, I think this is not the time. Well, this is just my philosophy to life.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the time for me to actually, like, it's a party time. I think it's a time for me to actually build a foundation. To be honest, let me say this, man. I see my mom did it, my dad. I feel like they do it backwards. Like their youthful days, that's when they wanna like party, and then they wanna have fun. And then once they get old, they wanna try to catch up. To be honest, nah. I wanna work now. I wanna work now as I have the strength. Exactly. I wanna do it now, so when I'm older, I can relax. You know what I mean?
Most important.
Yeah, but most of my friends, like, they be like, yo, bro, you act too old. Like, you know what I mean? You act too old. To be honest, he's not acting old. He's not acting too old. I mean, I see the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Like you said, my truth is my truth. Your truth is your truth. You know what I mean? If you feel like you want to party now and work later, then man, you're right. Because that's the truth for you. You know what I mean? But if I feel like I want to work now, and I want to work now and relax later, that's the truth for me. You know what I mean? So you're not wrong for what you're saying.
Not wrong.
And I'm not wrong for what I'm saying. It's just that, I'm choosing to go about it a different way from you. You know what I mean?
Man, it feels good to see you elevate from the first conversation maybe 2 years ago. The conversations was a little bit different, but I saw them going this way once you got yourself on track, man.
That's true.
Because we all had, when you're young and you got all of this power and time and opportunity, sometimes when you don't have any direction with it, nobody there kind of guiding your steps, it's like they always say, like, no man wants to see you do better than them besides your father. But I'm one of them men that I want to see everybody do better than me. Everybody. Even somebody that say they hate my guts, I still want him to prosper. I still want him to do great. Like, it's always been like that with me, because I understand the power that you give a person because hate is just love miscommunicated. And a lot of people miscommunicate. When it comes to me, they think that I'm always trying to tell them. I'm just blessed with a gift that if I see you doing something that's not right, I'm going to tell you to your face. That ain't it, man. Stop. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, like, yo, that's not how we do things. That's probably not how you want to do that, because I already see the end, But, man, this is the conversation that we have every week, man. We just build on each other, and I love it. I love having somebody younger than me that can kind of keep me abreast of what's going on at their age group, and I can kind of keep them abreast of what's going on, at my level of thinking. Like, I love it.
You're never too old to learn. You know what I mean?
You stop learning, you might as well live. You might as well stop living if you stop learning,
Yeah, you're never too old to learn, man.
It's never, I'm always learning, man. I literally live my life like every day. I try to learn something new. Every day. Every single day. I try to read something different. I try to visibly see something new. Maybe yesterday this was correct, but yesterday was obsolete. You get what I'm saying? Like something might change. Life upgrades. Why not? Why you don't? Why don't you upgrade your thinking when everything around you upgrade every day? You're gonna be thinking in a extinct mindset if you don't upgrade your thinking every day.
What do you think cause stuff like that though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example,
comfortability, man. Like comfort and complacency, man. If you doing something, like, say for instance, you discovered the black and white television, and this guy comes along and he discovers the color TV, and you don't change how you operate. This is how we discovered the black and white TV. This is it. You're gonna get put out of business. you're gonna get run out of business because everybody gonna want to see everything in color. So you have to adopt that mindset, that millionaire. I don't like to put money on it, but that successful mindset.
It's a millionaire mindset.
A successful mindset. That's, you know what's crazy? We're gonna jump into that right now. So I've written books about finances. I've written books about business. I've written all of this stuff. And somebody asked me, when am I gonna hit them with the business? When am I gonna hit them with the finance? When am I gonna hit them with all of this other stuff that I've written? And I had to tell them, like, I can't give them that. I can't give them that knowledge on a shaky foundation. Yeah. What am I gonna tell you about getting $100,000 worth of credit cards and on the inside you still a consumer? You're gonna just spend $100,000. You're not even gonna use the credit to build your life into what you should be building it into. So it's like before you give them all of this glamorous stuff on the outside, the inside gotta be pure, man. It gotta be right. You know, we had that kind of similar conversation one time. Like, anything you get, anything you obtain on that shaky foundation, you're gonna lose it. You can't sustain it. You can get it. Never said you couldn't get it. Never said you couldn't get $1 million. But what if you don't know how to keep $1 million? You might be a millionaire for a day. Because all you know in your mind is how to consume, buy, spend. You know?
You don't invest or flip money, roll it over.
You might become a millionaire today and turn somebody who's not a millionaire into a millionaire tomorrow. Because you'll give them all your money.
Yeah, that's so true, man. That's so true.
So we had to start with define your goal, define your purpose. And y'all, he's not just here because he literally bought the book and he's been reading it. And I just want you to kind of expound on what you've learned thus far from even picking it up, from the first few pages that you can remember. Like, what are some lessons in there that stood out to you?
I mean, I'll say, man, like your story, the content, like when you first, like the first page in the book, I definitely say, you basically talk about yourself, you know what I mean? So basically, I know, so it kind of really let me know, the fact that you tell me about yourself as a person in the first part of the book, it kind of tell me the type of person who you was, you know what I mean? The person who wrote the book. So if we have some comparison, some similarities, if we compatible in some way, it's exactly, you know what I mean? I definitely, so there's definitely in terms of goals, you know what I mean? I definitely say, it teach you a lot, you know what I mean? It definitely taught you a lot, how to make smart decision, financial decision, you know what I mean? As you said, define your purpose. If you don't know what you want, if you don't know where you start, you won't know where you're going. You know what I mean? You won't know where you're going. And I definitely say it's just a good book to actually, teach any young adolescent like myself to actually strive for greatness. You know what I mean?
You said something that kind of popped down in my head. When we both went through basic training, we learned land navigation. And no matter where you are, if you got lost, the first thing you have to do is find yourself.
It's exactly.
You have to find out where you are on the grid coordinates.
Yeah. To be honest, I said like I said, the first part, that's what really grabbed my attention first. You know what I mean? That's what really grabbed my attention. I was like, this guy, you know what I mean? Because you even said, when you used to go to school without shoes, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that stand out in the book to me that that's how I used to grow up as a kid. You know what I mean? I was like, this man is the same like me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot of things that stand out to me, man.
And the point of that book, the point of even writing it, was to tell young people, man, it don't matter what you've gone through. You don't want to. In the end, you want to look like. You don't want to look like what you went through.
What motivated you to write the book? What motivated you to write?
Well, for one, when I was actually writing the book, I was going through a lot in my life. My life was all over the place. You know, we had 2 babies back to back, and I was working on the hardest job I ever had in my life, recruiting. And at the same time, I was doing the hardest level of education in my life. I was actually going to school for my master's and writing that book at the same time. So it was like,
So basically, that book is basically all about your pain, right? Everything that you're going through.
It was just one of those things where all of this stuff I was going through and that I made it through, I had to do it for a different purpose. Like, I didn't want to go through all of that, make it through all of that. And even while going through it, man, I made the highest GPA in my life that I ever made. Like, with the least time.
So when you say you work better under like stress, do you think you work better under stress?
I think I had to become somebody different to be successful at all of that stuff at the same time. I couldn't come out of that taking shortcuts. I couldn't come out of that the same person. I think that journey turned me into a person who the light went off. I finally figured out my purpose, and I finally figured out what it was going to take for me to elevate my level of success. That took me to another level, man. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. just to get some time at the gym, just to beat everybody to the gym and not waste and squander my time. I had to beat everybody to work so I could get a minute in there to do my homework. Like,
so you basically adjust your whole schedule then.
Man, I had to change my life, man.
And that's why I don't like excuses, man.
No excuse.
And that's why I don't. If you can make all those sacrifices, to do all of that. Like, I mean, say you used to go to the gym 7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But since you get all these different, like everything on your plate now, you got to make sure I can't go 7 in the morning anymore. I got to start going at 4.
I can't do it. I can't even afford.
But the thing is, you still make time to go to the gym. That you know what I mean?
I didn't get new hours. God didn't give me 25 hours, 26, and gave everybody else 24. Yeah. I had to, that word that you use is so important, sacrifice. I had to give up. I had to give up my old self to get this new self. I had to give it up, man. And everything that I was doing, everybody would be like, how do you do that? How do you? And it was like, how do I not? It's about my last name. See, one thing, man, when I was doing stuff for my first name, I wasn't getting nothing done. And that means when I was doing it for me, oh, this is gonna make me feel good. Mm-hmm. Man, when I dumped that mentality and I said I'm doing it for the Johnsons, it made me a different animal.
That make me a
different animal.
That make a lot of sense, man. And to be honest, that just goes to tell like, you're not a selfish person,
You can't be.
Because if you were, to be honest, you still wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Wouldn't get it done. I wouldn't have got it. As soon as it got hard, I would have quit. But I'm like, I can't. I said I can't be here at that point. At that time, when I wrote the book, I was 36. I was like, man, it's people been on this earth 60, 70, 100 years, and we don't know nothing that he did. I was like, man, I've been here 36 years. I want somebody to know I was here. I gotta leave something. I gotta make a difference and leave a legacy before I leave here, dog.
That's right.
And I was like, how do I do that? The first thing that came to my mind was everything else that everybody else was doing. And I was like, nah, I can't do that. Everybody else doing that. I gotta do something that I create. I gotta be, it's gotta be so far left, it gotta be absurd.
It
can't be.
That makes sense.
It can't be like, okay, I got the 5th podcast of my friends. Like, nah, it didn't even start with it was like I gotta write something, cause I knew people that look like me don't really read. I want to get them to start reading. Man, some people, the craziest thing, bro. Some people that bought this book, my age, said this was the first book they ever bought. That's why I wrote it. What if I can be the first purchase book for 1 million people my color? I'm gonna be successful regardless.
Yeah.
I'm successful just for putting it on paper and then putting it in Amazon and the other stores that in.
Exactly, you know what I mean? Sharing the knowledge that you have, you know what I mean? So you're being successful in every way, you know what I mean? Helping people like me, like to get our mind right, you know what I mean? That's actually that's also you being successful as well. You know what I mean? So
Collins, that name, I love that you put that on your business.
I'm gonna say this, man. I never said it to you before, man, but I'm gonna tell you. To be honest, I always like, cause to be honest, I'll definitely say, man, the idea, I got it from you. I'm being honest.
No, you ain't never tell me.
I'm gonna tell you why I got that. Because to be honest, as you said, you don't. And to be honest, that's why I laughed so much when you said what you just said. When you said you don't live for your first name anymore, you live for your last name. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, I was like, yo, that makes so much sense. Because to be honest, my mentality is to stop generational poverty within the family. You know what I mean? Like,
So,
you know what I mean? Like, my mom didn't stop it for me, my dad didn't stop it for me. So I want to stop it for my kids. You know what I mean? I want to stop it for, you know what I mean? I want to stop it for my junior, Kurth Collins Jr.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And my little
KJ.
daughter that just had, you know what I mean? Kalani Collins. You know what I mean? So the thing is, yo, I want to leave it. I want to set the foundation for them. And that's the reason why. Because, to be honest, yo, the next 4 or 5 years from now, when Collins Building and Refurnishing cover all 50 states,
and territory.
I'm not only it's not only me rocking it, the whole team rocking it. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why, man. I was like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put my name into this. I'm gonna be honest, man. I got it from you. I put my name into it because I could name it anything.
Anything.
You know what I mean? I could name it anything, but I put my name in it.
Put your name on it.
You know what I mean? This is mine. I'm making my name a brand. As you said, I'm gonna leave a legacy just like you, man. That's it, man.
Yeah, man, because you got Kalani, you got KJ.
Yeah.
And when you do it for them, man, he ain't gonna let you fail at all.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to turn away business. I saw you do it already. So, man, that's powerful, man. That's what this platform is about, man. We want to get to the nitty and gritty, man, of why are we doing this thing? Why are we waking up every day? What are we doing with these 24 hours? How can we help each other? My goal is to see this platform help you get multiple customers that you wouldn't have normally gotten because they see you on this platform. And they say, man, if he doing it and he doing things like that, I can do it. Or I know somebody that I can hire now. Exactly. Instead of giving it to this corporation who doesn't care who they send out and they just want to get the money and get the job done, this person is gonna take on the project, become the project, and my home is gonna be built with love.
Right. That's right.
So, man, like even getting to that, let's get into this next topic. Like, bro, how do you deal with adversity? How do you deal with failure? Like, what do you think about failure when it occurs in your life? And how do you react?
To be honest, I mean, sometimes when it do happen, man, like, it makes me feel like less of a man sometimes. Like, it make me feel bad, you know what I mean? Because that's one of my biggest fear in life, you know what I mean? To fail, you know what I mean? Because if I fail, it's not only me fail.
Yeah.
Me fail, my kids fail, my family fail, you know what I mean? So, really and truly, man, how I deal with it, like, sometimes when the negativity, like, it comes my way, I kind of just like, because to be honest, not everybody is gonna be on the ship.
No.
Not everybody.
It ain't enough room.
That's the truth, man. So,
any ship, relationship, friendship.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna be on the ship. And to be honest, I realize that most people, like, sometimes, that's what even make us better. You know what I mean? Like, when people say, hey, you don't do this right, you don't do it. To be honest, that's what motivates me. I'll be like, okay, all right. I take that as like a,
I use it as
you know what I mean? As fuel to my fire. You know what I mean? I use it as fuel to my fire. So failure, I deal with it, man. Like, if something happened where I feel like I didn't do my best or I didn't put my best foot forward, I kind of really just look back into myself. You know what I mean? Do some self-reflection, because I do that a lot. You know what I mean? Do some self-reflection and see how I can be better next time. You know what I mean? But I don't really let it break me. You know what I mean? I kind of just like, you know what? Man, I'm going to just take what they say.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just be better next time. You know what I mean? So that's how it works.
That's a good critique on yourself, how he deals with failure. And I maybe told you this, but man, like one perspective that I look at failure, I try to fail as much as possible. Because I don't learn anything from doing it right. Like, if you can do something right by mistake and not know how you did it right, but you just go on with the victory. But when you do it wrong, when you think like us, I know exactly where I went wrong. I go back and analyze the whole situation. I think about everything I did to that point, and then boom, that's where I failed at. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how I think of, like, I reprogram my mind to think about failure as a tool. Anyway, I always, man, if I ain't failing, that means I ain't doing nothing. I ain't even trying.
Yeah.
If you ain't failing, that means you doing the same thing.
Oh, I did with it. Like me, I try to like learn some. To be honest, cause sometimes like it's not like most people, they can't recover from it though.
Yeah.
You know, most people can't recover from it. Like they will fail, and someone like, yeah, you know what I mean. Someone say, yo, you know what I mean, you messed up, and they never recover from it. You know what I mean? So not people is like strong-minded like us. You know what I mean? So me, I deal with it, like I go about it, I try to learn from my elders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a lot of like older friends.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, like I'm talking about like 30, 40. Yo, when you was my age,
yeah,
this is going on with me right now. What did you do?
Right now.
You know what I mean? You know, what did you do? You know what I mean? And then I listen, man. I listen.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, yo, I'm gaining something from it, yo. You know what I mean? If they said they did this, like for example, let me give you a scenario. Like someone said, yo, having 3 kids with 3 different women is not good. I come up be like, oh wow. I mean, if I said just saying I love girl, I'd be like, yo, I mean, I'm gonna make sure I don't have all these kids. You know what I mean? Because he didn't work well for him. So I know it's not gonna work well for me. You know what I mean? So that's what I look at. I try to look at someone else's mistake. Like, you know what I mean? My dad is a perfect example, man. I learned a lot from my dad. I mean, I've seen a lot of mistakes he made.
Yeah.
And I've learned from it. Like, I don't want to make the mistakes. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to make them, though. You know what I mean?
You took us someplace we need to go.
Yeah.
As fathers, as sons, and we tend to judge our fathers. Man, we judge them so. We judge them hard.
Yeah.
And the reason, and for everybody listening, y'all, the reason that we judge our dads hard when we're growing up, because his story now intertwines with my story.
Yeah.
So the more jacked up my dad is while I'm a kid, I only grow up once. So you don't get to rewrite. He gets to make those mistakes. Because at that point when he had me, he's an adult. So he can recover from that. He can create new memories.
Right.
But I can't create new memories from growing up.
That's right.
So that's why we tend to judge our male figures in our lives so much harder. And I was one of those people. I was just blessed with a mindset. Man, I talk about this a lot. And my dad was not perfect. He was far from perfect. He was my hero, always. And still is. Man, he still is. I just called him my Superman the other day. I think he hung up the phone and cried. I swear to God, yo, because he ain't never heard me say it. But I always said it. And I learned from when he was raising me and he was in and out doing his own thing, he was just going through a process, bro. I went through some of the same processes that he went through until I caught it. I caught it. I was like, I'm doing the same thing. Exactly. I'm going to stop this curse.
Yeah.
That's what happened, bro. I woke up a little earlier than he did. Was he the best father? No. But is he the best grandfather? Man, if I call my dad and say, if I don't even say need, man, dude already on his way. So it's like I judged him when I was younger, like, man, he don't like me, he don't want me. And then now as I got older, it was just, bro, he was barely 30 years old. He was growing.
And you was a dad right now too, man. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Man, like he was what, 20, he was like 25, 26 when he had me. You get what I'm saying? So he still has some mistakes to make.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't recover from it as well as I did. But now that we see it as an adult, like look, some of the stuff you was doing at the time when I met you, like bro, you ain't that much different than Pops. But because it was him, we can throw him in the fire. Like, man, forget that dude, man. That dude ain't did this. He wasn't there. And I'm like, bro, Like, check out what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm growing too.
Yeah, man.
Because growing hurt.
Yeah.
It hurts somebody, you know? And I try to model my fatherhood. I try to grow as much as possible, but not where they can see the pain part. I try to reflect. I try to deflect the pain away from them as much as I could, but let them see the growth that I made, the good part. I learned, I figured out, because there ain't no manual for this.
No.
Ain't no manual for Kalani, ain't no manual for KJ. They one of one.
One of one.
And it's like, man, like, how do I minimize the mistakes? And that's what we doing right now, bro. That's exactly what we breaking the curses. That's why we flourishing right now.
Yeah,
we breaking those curses, bro. It's amazing. And then we got to do this again. Because KJ got to grow up.
Exactly.
LJ got to grow up. Liam got to grow up. Kalani got to grow up. Samari and Leona got to grow up.
Yeah.
And we got to reteach this all the way back over again.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of it, man. So, man, to wrap this up, bro, your insight, your story is truly inspirational and it's truly inspiring, man. And I just want to just congratulate you for stepping out on that limb as a young man, as a young entrepreneur.
That's true,
and saying success or nothing. I got to succeed at all costs.
All costs. Failure is not an option, man.
Man, like, and I'm gonna always be here. Any insight. We even did things together, like putting the business together.
Yeah.
We did all of the groundwork.
Sweet.
From the bottom, from naming it to the you did the logo and sent it to me.
Everything.
Every fiber of the business we did together. That's the beauty of what I get to do, man. I get to walk with you from conception to the first sale to the first million. I'm always gonna be ingrained in this project.
Man, I swear, I got it.
And that's, to me, bro, that's more rewarding than you giving me a dime.
We both getting rich, you know what I
mean? Like, bro, I swear that's more rewarding than any paycheck, bro.
Yeah, we both getting rich, man. You talking about?
We talk about it all the time. We're gonna be sitting on this yacht. We're gonna be vacationing.
Man.
It's coming, but
It's coming,
the work, the sacrifice is. We never lose sight of the sacrifice. That's got to be done first, and we don't mind. We don't even mind it because we know what the reward is. We know what the reward is. So y'all, man, this has been Collins. Tell them where to find you at on social media.
Oh, my Instagram, Collins and Building and Refurnishing. That's my Instagram. I'm sorry, man. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, Building and Refurnishing. That's my Instagram name. My Facebook. I'm actually still trying to get my followers up because I don't know what happened. It was shut down for a little bit. Also, my email address is on buildingandrefurnishing@gmail.com. My phone number is 302-345-5669, located in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We do travel for services. We do travel for services. And I mean, I'm the guy to call, man. I'm the guy to call.
South Carolina and Virginia.
I'm ready all over.
He's ready.
If I have to fly to California, I'm going to be there on the plane with my tools.
Man, it's been a blessing. So y'all, until next time, just keep chasing your dreams. You know, make a difference, leave a legacy. We love y'all. We out.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh,